Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you guys want to check out my social media or check out a badass kick-ass original story, check out the links down in the description below. Hope you enjoy the video. These next few weeks might be a little bit light on content. I do apologize for that. It's just these next few weeks I'm going to be really busy. I've actually been really busy, these last few weeks. But this weekend we're going to be filming a short film, and then we're going to be filming another short film that we've been working on for a while. I'm really excited for that. We just wrapped up the editing for the feature that we did last summer, and I just finished the screenplay for the film that I'm doing this summer, hopefully, and it's the biggest film that I've ever done. So that's really exciting. But yeah, that's how I do things. I kind of record a couple of reviews and post them throughout the week, except for new reviews. Like I'm hoping to review Minari this Saturday, and I probably will too, because I'll be able to watch it on Friday. Now, this sort of film series, it's been a while since I've done a ranking. I can't remember exactly when the last time was that I done a ranking video. I wanted to do the Stanley Kubrick ranking, but I haven't had a time to go over his films again. Because some films I do need to watch again. Some films I need to watch again for like the sixth time. But yeah, that's going to come hopefully sooner rather than later. I just want to find the right time to do it. I'm also wanting to rank Tarkovsky's films. But like I said, I do want to go give those another watch as well. Now, the reason why it's taken me so long to do the rec sort of series, so I buy movie piles, it's a way to discover new films, and I'll buy a big pile of movies and then watch them. And this was in the movie pile. I'd always wanted to see the first rec, and I never had. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll get the whole franchise. Now, I knew whenever I watched a certain film that it wasn't going to get any better than that. And that was kind of the hard thing about it, was trying to go back and watch these films, or, watch these films for the first time, because I do have time to watch films. I usually have time to watch about maybe one film, depending on what's going on throughout the day. I have time to watch maybe, especially maybe on Sundays, maybe two films. So I'm really picky about what films that I do watch. So having to watch like Rec 2 or 3 or 4, compared to like something else that I hadn't seen, or something else that I could rewatch, that's it's kind of hard. So, but I ended up watching the other Rec films, and I want to go ahead and rank them. Now, this is just my personal ranking. This is not, this is just my opinion. So please respect that. So anyway, let's go ahead and start. Let's not waste any time. The Rec series. Now, this is actually a pretty fun series, and there are some bad films in it. I'm not going to lie. I think my top two are good films and really good films, and I think the last two are mediocre and bad. So it kind of levels itself out. Sometimes you have that franchise where you're just like, which I'm actually going to be reviewing Wrong Turn, and that's kind of how Wrong Turn is with me. I love all of them. And there is a reason to that, and I might get into that when I do the review for Wrong Turn. But yeah, it seems like these films are consistently good or bad, So, but anyway, coming in at last place, my least favorite Rec film is Rec 4 Apocalypse. And the funny thing is, dang, look at that glare. The funny thing is I think this film has like a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is wild. Because that means I think this is like the second highest rated Rec film. Or maybe it might be Rec 2. I'm not exactly sure. But this one is the last film in the franchise. They're on a boat. The infection is spreading on this boat. And that's it. I feel like it lost, the series itself lost all its charm with this one. It was so boring. I had a hard time sitting down watching it. I just couldn't get invested in any of the characters, even though there was a returning character in this. It was just really hard. I don't know. I did not enjoy it. The runtime seemed longer than it was. It was boring. And I think I do consider this a bad film. If not a bad film, maybe very mediocre. I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen it once, but for the one time that I did watch it, I didn't really care too much for it at all. Yeah, so that's Rec 4 for you. Rec 4 Apocalypse, final film in the franchise. Now, coming in at number 3, and this is probably where things are going to get a little confusing, because I feel like a lot of people rank this franchise 1, 2, 3, and then 4, or like 1, 4, 2, and 3, or whatever. But I actually am going to put Rec 2 at number 3. I did not care much for Rec 2. I don't know why, because it's found footage is the thing, and they do stray away from the found footage aspect later on in the franchise. But this film is set in the same location as the first one. It's basically Rec 1.5. Might as well be. I mean, this film it literally takes place right after the first one, and that's just, I mean, I enjoy films that do that. I really do. I think it's really cool, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. Whenever they it took place right after the 1973, 1974. That was awesome. I thought that was really cool. I love movies that, especially sequels that take place right after the film. I wish they would have done that with Halloween 2018, sort of show what Michael Myers did right after the end of the first movie. I love that. And that's one thing that I did love about this film. And when I first started watching it, I was like, okay, I'm really going to dig this film. This is going to be really fun. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be like the first one, because I'd heard good things about this film, and it just didn't sit that well with me. I don't know. I didn't care too much for it. It wasn't fun. It was a lot better than Rec 4, and there were some certain things in this film that I did enjoy, and I did love the expanded lore, but the pacing and the overall delivery, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. Now, coming in at number 2. Now, see, now this was one that I dreaded watching. I remember when me and my wife sat down, we were just like, okay, let's get Rec 3 over with. Let's go ahead and watch it. And let's just get this film done with. I watched it and I loved it. Now, there's going to be a mini spoiler in this. It's no story spoiler whatsoever. But the first, I think, 20 minutes of the film, 15, 20 minutes, it's all found footage. All of it is. It's all found footage, and it's all centered around this wedding. But the twist is when those 20 minutes are done with and they show you the title screen, it goes to a regular cinematic view. I love that. I thought that really did jar me while I was watching. I think that and John Sponge in this film made Rec 3. Rec 3 is such a fun time. It honestly reminded me a lot of Cabin Fever 2, where they're in the prom. Yeah, Rec 3 really did do it for me. Like, I really enjoyed this film a lot. It was so much fun. Don't skimp out on this one, honestly. Like, if I could recommend 2 films to watch, I'd watch the first one and the third one. And it's really cool to see how this franchise sort of ties in together. Just the littlest things, just the littlest things. But yeah, I really did enjoy Rec 3. It's definitely worth the watch. It's fun. It's got sort of this campy atmosphere to it. Really, it's a lot of fun. I wish I didn't skimp out on this one as long as I did, because I had a blast watching this. Me and my wife both did. It was definitely an unexpected treat. And now, of course, no surprises whatsoever. Coming in at number 1 is the original Rec. Rec, wow. You know, thinking of my favorite found footage films, I would probably have to go with Blair Witch Project, Creep, Creep 2, Rec. There's another one too. Oh, would you consider The Visit? Yeah, The Visit is found footage, I think. Gosh, it's been a while since I've seen that film, but yeah, I really enjoyed Rec. You know, I feel like I got a little bit hyped up, like a little bit too hyped before I watched it, because you know I still wouldn't consider this a perfect film, but I still really enjoyed it. I mean, this film it's tense. There's a lot of like WTF moments. It's awesome. I mean, the storytelling, you know, the tension is great. I mean, they nailed it on the head. I don't know if I can say anything more about Rec 1 that hasn't already been said already. It's just, it really is a fun time. I mean, it really is. I'm about to drop these movies. And it did deliver. It did deliver. My hype level was just a little bit too high. But overall, I really did enjoy the first Rec. I thought it was awesome. There's one scene in particular that involves the stairs. I love that scene. I love the ending of this film. It was tense. It was unexpected. Yeah, definitely check out the first Rec. But anyway, guys, that's my ranking of the Rec movies. Leave in the comments down below what your ranking is. Like I said, just my opinion. You know, this is kind of just what I felt about the franchise. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. Hope you're staying safe wherever you're at, and I'll see you guys next time.